Hello, good evening, and thank you for joining us. This is Julia Hamilton with your global news on Nigeria. Nigeria, the country that was named after the great Niger River, with a population of over 160 million people. Nigeria is Africa's most populated country, and out of every 7 Africans, 1 is Nigerian. Nigeria has over 250 ethnic groups, and it is the 7th largest country in the world. Nigeria is located in Western Africa. The history of Nigeria can be traced to prehistoric settlers living in the area as early as 11,000 BC. Nigeria became a British protectorate in 1901. Colonization lasted until 1960, when an independence movement succeeded in gaining Nigeria its independence. Primary education begins at the age of 6 for the majority of Nigerians. Students spend 6 years in primary school and graduate with a school leaving certificate. Some of the subjects taught at the primary level include mathematics, English language, Christian religious knowledge, Islamic knowledge studies, science, and one of the 3 indigenous languages and cultures. Private schools often also offer computer science, French, and fine arts. Primary school students are required to take a common entrance examination to qualify for admission into the federal and state government secondary schools, as well as private ones. Students spend 6 years in secondary school, that is 3 years of JSS, which is junior secondary school, and 3 years of SSS, which is senior secondary school. By senior secondary school class 2, students are taking the GCE O-levels exam, which are not mandatory, but most of the students take it to prepare themselves for the senior secondary certificate examination. State-owned secondary schools are funded by each state government and are not comparable to federal government colleges. Although education is supposed to be free, in the majority of the state-owned institutions, students are required to purchase books, uniforms, and pay for their miscellaneous things, costing them an average of 50,000 naira, which is $200 in an academic year. Teachers in state-owned institutions usually have a national certificate of education or a bachelor's degree. But this is not always the case, as many secondary schools in Nigeria are filled with unqualified teachers who end up not being able to motivate their students. Often these schools are understaffed due to low state budgets, lack of incentives, and irregularities in payment of staff salaries. Qualified, competent, and dedicated teachers are the major instrument for achieving educational goals and national development in Nigeria. Nigeria has many religious groups. Some are Buddhists, Hindus, Muslims, Christians, and then there are others that just don't hold a religion at all. The official language of the United States and Nigeria is English. Nigerian culture is grouped by language. The American culture is rather hard to sum up because it's so diverse. Nigeria typically starts school at the age of 6, when Americans typically start school at the age of 5, although If your birthday is late, you can be 6 when starting school in the United States. The United States has more resources when it comes to education, and Nigeria barely has any resources. Bottom line is, Nigerians display no discrimination. Thank you for joining us on Global News, and we're out. We still recording?